welcome to the guest. My name is Ahine Author, and today I have the writer and co-director of the multiple award-winning film Eyimufe. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Why did you smile when I said multiple award-winning? Your film just bagged in 5 AMA awards. Do you know what that means? I know you know, right?
I'm being told, yeah.
That is so amazing. Eyimufe is a beautiful film.
Thank you.
But I didn't see 5 AMA coming. I know you got 7 nominations, but I didn't see 5 AMAs coming.
None of us did.
Yeah.
You don't make films to win awards. You make films to reach people.
Yeah. So when I saw you at the AMA Awards, you were so in your Delta regalia. Did you know it was going to be a big night for you? You were
it was already,
for
well,
it.
we were nominated for 7, so it was already a big night for us. And some of it is muted because my brother can't be here, and a couple of crew members can't be here as well. Everybody's
So you had to
scattered in different places.
Everybody.
Basically, it was just myself and Cynthia, who plays Grace in the film, just the 2 of us. But when they called our name, the first category was sound, and when the first category we were nominated in, and when they said the name, it was very, very like surreal and strange because nobody was screaming. Everyone was wondering, who is this person? What is this film?
I know.
Yeah, because we've won awards before, but it's always been
outside Nigeria.
Yeah, foreign film festival or something. Yeah. So you just get an email saying congratulations, you won best film at so and so film festival. Could you do a video to thank the jury and the rest of it? So and then you have your own time because you make the video when you make the video. Say send it by this day. You make the video when you're making the video, and then to do it like live and in person, where it's like, and the winner is, Eyimufe, you have to now start crawling through people and they're looking around. Is anybody from Eyimufe here? And I'm waving. I'm coming because they sat me at the back. So they didn't sit me at the back. I chose to sit at the back. Yeah. So the first time you win, it's like, it's a very strange experience, and that was an easy award to receive because that award belongs to the sound mixer and designer. So it was easy to thank on their behalf and to say how great a job they did.
Yes.
And then they called the second one, and then they called the third one, and by the third time it's like, and then the people I was sitting,
like 5 times,
the people I was sitting with, exactly. So now only you.
I know. You're not a popular fan.
Yeah.
They would have said there's something. Yeah. But anyway, Eyimufe is a very beautiful film, and I think it's shot in a Nigerian cinema.
It did in April. It was on for about 6 weeks, April through to the middle of May.
Which of these awards shook you when they called your name?
I think best Nigerian film.
Really? For me, it was best director. I was like, best director in Africa.
Yeah, that was a big one. I personally, I thought it was going to go to, I forget the name of the chap, but who did the Gravedigger's Wife, because they were up in that category as well. But I think best Nigerian film because we were with films that were way more successful commercially, way more, filmmakers that have a lot, much longer CV resume. So you kind of feel like you're the new,
and that was
you're the new entrant.
So that's big.
So to be recognized as that was, I think of all of them, that's the one that means the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back a bit to how it all started.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up between here and England.
Okay.
So I say between here and England, like my whole family's here. They just sent my brother and I went to school abroad. Okay. So we went early at 7. Age 7, we went to boarding school.
Abroad?
So, yeah.
So you didn't really experience the whole Nigerian childhood upbringing?
Only up until about 7, 8. And then we would come back for holidays.
So there was no whooping ass and all
that? Yeah,
Oh,
there was. Now, what are you saying?
Playing on the street?
What are you saying? Yes, now, we did all that stuff.
Okay.
We did all that stuff.
Okay.
But it's just that it was a very, when you leave at 7, or at that age, there's not. It's all the. I think it's all the teenage, troublesome, bothersome years that my parents got to skip. But we'd be back every year for holidays. So I think if we split it, you're at school 9 of the 12 months, and then we'd be here for the remaining 3 months. But like we've always lived in Nigeria. Like
So you're
we've always
juggling two worlds.
yeah, exactly.
UK
And then
and Nigeria.
yeah, and then we're from Abraka, and we've been going to Abraka every Christmas since
Okay.
we were born in Warri. So like since we
Can you
were
speak your language?
no, because English in the house. Because my dad is Yoruba, my mom is Igbo. So
Okay.
so it was always English.
So what did you study in the university?
Law, of course.
You studied law.
Yeah.
Really?
My parents are Nigerian. What's
Your parents wanted you to study law.
I wanted to go so when we're getting to applying to university and what do you want to do?
Okay.
I was a drama student. I did drama like at like the last year of high school. I was doing drama and I really enjoyed it. And I was thinking of going to drama school. I wanted to go to drama school. And I told my parents, oh, they were like, so what are you doing with your lives? What's happening? And I was like, oh, I want to go to drama school. And they were like, no.
You're not going to drama school.
Yeah, exactly. Forget about it. So find something else to do. And the other thing was law. Yeah, because my mom was a lawyer. My grandfather was a lawyer.
Oh.
So, it was like an easy.
Did you ever practice?
Everybody be happy. No. I did an internship in my second year, and that was when I knew that it was never ever going to be for me.
So did you move back to Nigeria after school or you remained in the UK?
I moved to the US right after university.
Okay.
So I said I knew I didn't want to practice law. I didn't want to practice corporate law. But actually my last year at university, I did international law and I very much fell in love with that subject. So I was at a point where I had two options. And the first was to go work at the International Criminal Court of Justice because they had this program for people that wanted to like go down that track. And me and my professor was like, oh, you should apply to this, that I think you'd be good and you'd get it. So I was looking at that. And then the other option was moving to New York to do like a conservatory course at like the New York Film Academy, because I'd never done any film anything, and they had these like short courses that you could do there. And I was very attracted to the course because for one half of the course, if you could get a job, if you could get an internship, then you could do that instead of being at school.
Okay.
And Nigerians, there's all sorts of, you have to always consider what your visa and this and that.
Yeah.
So those are my two options, and it was it was like down to the last minute. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me do the film thing for a year, because if I don't do it now, I don't know when I'm ever going to do it.
Okay.
So I moved to New York straight away, and then I got an internship at a talent agency.
Okay.
And that internship led to a job. I think that was the first time my parents were like, oh, okay, that he might be fine doing what he wants to do.
Are you already giving them their law certificate?
Yeah, exactly. But even then, they're just like, you're out in the world, and within like a year of leaving school, because it's very competitive to get to work in agencies. It's called a mailroom program. You start working in the mailroom and then you make your way up to being an agent, and it's very, very competitive, like notoriously so. And so here was this person that didn't know anybody in any film industry, and in first time in the States, and some way somehow he's found himself like with this job. And so I think that was the first time when, in terms of doing like something that was not business or medicine or the usual professional things, even though it is still a professional job because somebody pays your salary every 2 weeks or whatever it is.
That way.
Yeah. So I think that made it okay. But yeah, that's really, really where it all began. I met a lot of people whilst I was out there that became my mentors and that helped me help me continue in my career. Even till date, there's still someone that's been helping me since.
So you fell in love with international law,
I
right?
did, yeah. My
And
last
now
year at law school. Yeah.
you went into the New York Film Academy
Yeah.
to study filmmaking.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide to let international law
Oh,
go?
it was gone probably the first day of my internship. I interned at an agency called Innovative Artists, and probably gone at the end of the first day. Because an agency is an amazing place to see to see how the film industry works, because everything goes through it. You get to read all these great scripts. You get to watch like pilot episodes of TV shows before they've come out, even before they've said they're going to make the show. You get to meet and record actors for auditions, but everything comes through the agency. So it was a really wonderful place to see how the business works, and I just liked everything about it. You know, I would have been happy doing that if that was what I had to do. I'd have been happy, you know, being a manager or an agent or producer. I just wanted to be around filmmakers and to create and tell stories.
So when and why did you come back to Nigeria?
Visa now. So I got the job, but I didn't get the visa.
Okay.
So I moved back, and that's actually where the seed of the idea for Yemofe came, because I found myself back home, and my first thought, my immediate reaction was, oh, I just have to get out. Like, I want to go back. I want, like, you know, things were moving, like, and I had built all this stuff for my own, so it sort of felt like a step back. You know, you're moving back home, you're living with your parents, and there's all the dynamics of that, and yeah, exactly. And you're like, how do I even be like, where do I even
job that'll pay me as
where
much
do
as...
it was mainly where do I even begin, and also I didn't really, I was, because I had a plan, which was work in an agency for a few years and then start producing your own thing. That was the original plan. So it was like phase one is completely been scattered. So how do I even start thinking about, like, where do I begin again? But whilst I was there, I met a wonderful filmmaker called Sean Durkin, and he at the time told me, you know what, that he felt that I should go to a real film school, like a proper major film school.
Okay.
And he was like, I'll help you with the applications and the rest of it. So I said, okay, that's what I'll do. So I applied to NYU and Columbia, which are two of the largest film schools, not just America, in the world. NYU is very famous, but like Spike Lee went there, Martin Scorsese went there, Ang Lee went there. I didn't get in the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, if first you don't succeed, try again. So I was like, okay, fine. I mean, I didn't have my creative portfolio was different.
All this while you were in Nigeria?
All this whilst I was here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we applied again the next year, but I had the opportunity to produce a short film, and that was the game changer for everything. Whilst I was in New York, I met a Nigerian American filmmaker called Julius Honor, and he had applied for, there was a company called Focus Features. They still exist, American distribution company, and they were doing a grant. They were giving out money for African filmmakers to make short films in Africa. So Julius applied and he won the grant. He was like, you know, do you want to produce this thing for me? So I was like, yeah, cool. And that was the first thing I'd ever did.
While you were in Nigeria, you were working on that film project.
Yeah, we produced
while
that
waiting
short
for
film.
the application into the school.
Didn't get into uni, and then made the film.
Okay.
But I was knowing I was going to apply again. So we made the film over like the raining season, and then I did my applications again for November of that same year.
And you got it?
I got in the second time, yeah.
Now let's talk about your movie, Yemofe.
As the type of artist or storyteller I want to be is, I don't want to run away from truths.
Okay.
And I want in every film that we work on, my brother and I say that NEPA is going to take light in every single one of our movies until NEPA stops taking light.
Really?
Yeah, really. So in every single one of his, NEPA is going to take light until NEPA stops taking light. These are just realities of how we live as a people. Like, it doesn't matter what level in society you're at, you're always one unnecessary catastrophe away from just like from the end, basically.
Yeah. How long did it take you to write that story, Mofe? And while writing the story, did you have anyone in mind? Because those characters, Rosa and Mofe, they look so real.
So it took about 3 years to write.
Oh.
And it changed quite a bit.
Okay.
But I would say in terms of two characters, they're a a composite of many different people that I've known and still know over time. There's a chap that we have fix everything for us. If anything breaks in the house, his shop is Nobalande. A guy called Sati. So he's like the real Mofe in the sense that he can fix anything. Like, he can really fix anything. It's actually crazy. But it's just a combination of many different people and of many different things you see. So I say that the film, the way we built it, is that the factory Mofe works in is, if you use that as a substitute for the country, then the junction box is basically Nigeria. So, like, if you just think about it that way, that's kind of what it is.
Let's talk about the production of this film. I would say this film has a Hollywood style. So it's like you're watching a Hollywood movie shot in Nigeria, in Lagos precisely. Let's start from the pre-production. How did you plan for this project?
Well, it was part of the realism was we were going to shoot on real sets in real places in real neighborhoods that look that way, and for about a year before we started filming, we were looking at different locations, thinking about different places to shoot in.
Okay.
And the beauty about Nigerians is that we're very community-based, communal people. So I would first show up in the neighborhood where Mofe and Rosa's houses are. Showed up, I was like, oh, I think I really like this area, and like, I think I can see how we can make things work here. And I met an estate agent, a guy called Bernard Awele, that lives there, and he really understood what it was I was trying to do, what we were trying to do with the film, in terms of, like, we're shooting a movie when, like, okay, so we're just going to rent it for like 6 months. We're not, paying 2 years rent and this kind of thing. And
you rented the apartment?
Yeah, we rented the apartments.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were
empty. Did you also
empty.
furnish the apartment?
Yeah, they were completely
Really?
empty. Completely empty. Yeah, completely empty.
How did you get
every
this
single
old
thing?
And
So our production designer was this Brazilian woman called Thaisa Maguf, did an amazing job. So she came early, and she would go into people's houses and to take pictures and to see and to get an idea of what these spaces look like. And then she kept on asking people, around, like, oh, can we rent your mirror or this and that? They were like, this old thing for what? For why? So in the end, she had the great idea of buying new things and exchanging them. So it's like, I want your old cooker. Here is a new gas cooker. Here's a new small cooker. Use that and give me your old cooker. And everybody was very happy to exchange old for new.
That's so smart. When I watched it, I actually thought that you told somebody, you know what, I just like your house. But
Yeah.
you know what, just excuse me for a while. Excuse me for 6 months.
Yeah.
Let me use your room, because it's
Empty.
so real.
Empty. They painted Rosa's home the color. That was a white walls. We painted it blue to make it look that way, and yeah, everything was all brought in.
So you shot for 28 days.
Total, yeah.
We are in Lagos specifically.
We shot everywhere in Lagos. Everywhere. mainland, island. Beyond Lekki, we shot in a village. Well, not really a village, but we shot in Ilege. What are the other areas? What are the other areas of Lagos? That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing
And
that...
Lekki as well. We shot in Lekki as well. Lekki itself.
Okay.
Takwa.
So, Takwa
The
Bay.
beach scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we be expecting another project from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've made my choice. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing with my life.
I know.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, my brother and I we're working on a couple of things, and whichever one goes first goes first.
So let's play this game and see how well you can do on this game.
Okay, and it's 1,000 naira per correct answer.
Get it first. When we get to that bridge, you cross it.
Okay, I'll cross it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Can we go? Who is this?
This is my professor. This is Spike Lee. Do the right thing.
What film? Tell me a film.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
The 1,000 naira.
The film he did is called Do the Right Thing.
Oh, okay. Do the right thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. Please, let's go to the next. Oh my God. Who is this?
This is one of the TK. Right?
What's TK? I don't know.
Tunde Kaladi.
Okay, yeah, you get it. Easy peasy.
You know, my Yoruba is not good. I forgot the name of the title.
Huh? I mean, you are in
It begins
the
with
same
an
category
A. It begins with an A. But there are other films he's done.
Okay.
I don't have a film. So I get 500 naira because I got the name right. I didn't get
You're
the
not
film.
getting
I didn't get
anything.
the film.
In fact, everything cancelled. Everything you've gotten so far. For you not to get a film that Tunde Kilani has made, nah, we're not paying him anything. Don't even bother. Okay, I think Ayinla. That was what you were trying to say.
Ayinla, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you know this lady?
It's Chloe Zhao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
NYU. The NYU.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Eternals.
No. No. I'm saying she went to NYU as well. These are all my people now. That's the school I went to.
What is this?
This is an actor. It's Steve McQueen.
Okay.
Yeah. Bullet, Thomas Crown Affair.
Is that the last? Okay, you won, but because
so wait, that was three. Three were complete, right?
No, wait.
So that's three, and then TK was half. So 3,500 is what is owed.
TK.
Yeah.
It was very important that I didn't tell you that whole when you fail one question, you get no
it's
money.
too late. Don't be changing the rules afterwards. Don't be changing the rules afterwards.
I told you about the rules.
You didn't. No.
That's the rule now. Yeah. Do you want to say anything to your fans and people watching you right now? Someone somewhere just watching you and wants to be like Chuko Esiri, who wants to win 5 AMA awards and even more. So do you have anything to say?
I would say don't settle for 5. But I really want to thank everybody that was involved in making this film. Our producers, GDN Studios in particular, who were the ones that financed the film. And just to say that really in anything you're doing in this life, in this world, it depends so much on the help of other people, and we got a lot of help to get us to where we were. So I think it's that. Be kind and aim high. That's really it.
Be kind and aim high. Be kind to me. Just like this video, share, subscribe to this channel, and keep watching AFOREVO TV. My name is Aine Author. I hope you had a swell time because I did. I'll see you next time. Thank you.